Police in Toronto are investigating a shooting outside the US Consulate. This is the second one to take place at the consulate this year. Global's Victoria Femia is on scene with the very latest. So Victoria, what is the latest? What are we hearing from authorities? What are they saying about this shooting?
Good morning, Miranda. Yeah, so we heard from police. They did provide an update this morning that it was actually a police officer who had heard the gunfire just before 5 o'clock this morning, and it didn't take long for evidence of gunfire to be located in the area of the U.S. Consulate that was obviously located by police. Now, have a look at the scene here behind me. Police are still very much on scene in a very large presence. Just a moment ago, I saw forensics taking photos of the scene outside of the consulate. Now, right now, there is no suspect information, but there is a suspect vehicle. Police confirm a white sedan was seen fleeing the scene. Now, no injuries were reported, but it's unclear if anyone was inside the building at the time. Now, police, like I said, have a large presence outside of the consulate. At least a dozen or more than a dozen police vehicles are here, closing off the southbound lane of Queen Street all the way to Dundas Street West. Now, Miranda, it is expected that police will be on scene for quite some time, and the southbound lane will be closed for most of the day as police continue to investigate this shooting outside of the consulate here this morning, Miranda.
All right, Victoria, as we mentioned off the top, the U.S. Consulate building was actually the subject of another attack earlier this year. So what more can you tell us about that one and who is behind that shooting?
Yeah, it was back in March that shooting had happened at the consulate, and we know that police have made arrests with regards to that shooting. I can tell you the name here. In the aftermath of that shooting, police revealed that while they had made arrests and seized firearms, the person that was arrested in connection to this was 19-year-old Zara Jabi. Again, he was arrested and does face multiple charges, and police have linked it to a criminals for hire network. So obviously some concern there. And Miranda, you may remember that with regards to that shooting, police did execute a raid in June, and during that raid, a Toronto Police Constable, Mark Pinizzotto, he was shot and killed while executing that raid. Again, that was in connection to the U.S. Consulate, and the raids were also connected to synagogues and businesses, shootings in those areas as well. So lots of concern, especially now following what happened here this morning.
Let's talk about that, because this most recent shooting, Victoria, comes on the heels of 2 targeted attacks on Jewish-owned bakeries in Toronto. Just how concerned are officials about these acts of violence?
Yeah, definitely very concerned, Miranda. Now, police, I just want to mention, police have not made a connection to this incident and the incidents that happened yesterday, the shooting and then the attack on the second location of the bakery. But there is a lot of concern. I mean, Toronto police have said they will deploy more officers in Jewish communities and at these businesses to continue patrolling the area, and they say they're going to do everything they can to investigate what had happened there. Also, Mayor Olivia Chow, she had weighed in as well. Have a listen to what she had to say about these incidents.
Any kind of hate really have no place, and we in Toronto, we will see what else we could do, but anyone that is committing a crime should be arrested and punished.
Now, again, no connection between what happened yesterday and what happened here this morning. And we are on scene. We are expecting an update from police sometime this morning to get a little more information as to what had happened here. And maybe if there is a connection, if they can confirm that, we will keep you updated as the day goes on and as more information becomes available. But again, we do know a white sedan was seen fleeing the area after gunshots, and evidence of gunfire was seen and heard outside of the U.S. Consulate this morning. Miranda.
All right, that is our Victoria Femia reporting from downtown Toronto. Thank you, Victoria.